It is a great pleasure for me to give a speech, Vethathiiriyam, tips and tricks on behalf of Sky Yoga Center in Dubai. I welcome all of you. Okay, before we go into that title, let us have a look about this small technique where we can use in our day-to-day life, especially sometime maybe we can use it for our kids, for the educations and all. Like sometime, like let us say I'm asking you, what is the value of 65 square? Say for example, 65 square. Normally what we do is we, we take 65 and into 65 and then we do the normal multiplication. But within 5 seconds, I'm going to give you the very easy way to find out the value. Likewise, we have some sort of, the procedures, we can make it into like acronyms. Acronyms means like you can change the words into abbreviations so that the abbreviations easy for you to remember. So by remembering the abbreviation, you will know that what is the detail of that particular words. Here some points which I am going to give you also, like a value of 36 by 11. Suppose if you want to multiply by any number by 11, you will get easily some technique is there. So likewise, I'm going to give you some tips in the Vethathiiriyam also, what we do, especially the physical exercise or the pranayamam, and also some sort of understanding about the mind and all the details. Okay, let's take about the first one, the value of 65 square. Suppose if you want to multiply by 65 into 65, but this works only for 65. Huh? So first and foremost thing, you take the 5 and just square that number, which is become 25. And the next number is 6. So what is the next number for after 6? It will be 7. Yes. So when you multiply 6 into 7, which will become 42. So you just put the value that is 4225. Let me repeat again. If you have 65 square, take the number 5, the last one, and put 25 because 5 squared is 25. The number 6 and the next number is 7. So when you multiply together 6 and 7, it will come 42. So this is the secret how you can multiply any number ending with 5. Look at this example. Maybe you can easily find out here, like 15. The 1 is, what is the next number of 1? 2. So 1 into 2, 2. So 2, already the 25 is default for all the numbers which are ending with 5. Default is 25. So this become 225. That is why the value of this 15 is 225. If you take 105, as I told you, 5 is common, that is 25. The 10 and the next number is 11. So 10 into 11, it's easy to multiply, that is 110. So if you add all together, I mean if you combine together 110, 25, that is 11025. So this is the way how you can get the value of any number with this, ending with the 5 and the square. Now let's look into the second one. It's another trick. 36 into 11. When you want to multiply by 11 any number, the way is you take the last digit and keep it as it is 6. Then add together this number and the previous number, which means 6 plus 3 will become 9. Then take the 3 and put it in the first place. That means 396. Okay, just look at this example, you can easily find out. If I say 121, if I want to multiply by 11, take the last number 1, keep it as it is. The next 2 digit, I mean the last number and the previous number, which is 2 plus 1, you put it here. And then 2 plus 1 again. So 2 plus 1. The last one, you put it as it is. So 1331. This is the number. So these are all, trick which you can use it for in your education or even for your common activity. So this way you can gain your time as well as you will get a one extra skill. Okay, so the same thing. I don't want to repeat again more and more. We just take one more example here. 3, 6, 4, 7 into 11. So take the 7 as it is and put it in the last place. And 4 plus 7 you add, and 6 plus 4 you add, and 3 plus 6 you add, and the last 3 you keep it as it is. Here 7 is okay, 4 plus 7 become 11, so you cannot put 11 here, so you have to 1 you put and then carry over 1 here. So 6 plus 4 again 10, 10 plus 1 11, so you put 1 here, carry over the 1, 3 plus 6 9, 9 plus 1 10, 10 0 you put, the last one you add it with this 4 0. So this is the way how you can do the multiplication of any number by 11. The thing which I told you in the beginning, acronyms. See, suppose somebody asks you how many organs or systems in your human body, or any 10, let's say. You have to remember one by one, but it is taking too much time. But if I say one single word, let us say nicer drums. Nicer drums. When I say nicer drums, easily you can fill up. N stands for nervous system, I stands for integumentary system, which is exocrine system, C for cardiovascular, and endocrine, reproductive, digestive, respiratory, urinary, and muscular and skeleton. There is lymphatic system also one. So that's why I put here any 10. So what I'm trying to say is, if you have some sort of easiness, like you can fix with your regular work, and it is easy to remember. So tomorrow or next time, if anyone asks, like even if you yourself want to know how many systems in the body, if you by remembering the name nicer drums, you can easily get to know the total number of the systems, what are the names. The same way we might have gone through in our studies time also, like there is something called BODMAS rule, and there is a PEGMAS rule also, which we apply in the computers. The BODMAS tool, like suppose somebody give you this sort of equation to solve it, you cannot solve by your own way. You have to solve in the order of preference. That is like bracket, order, division, multiplication, addition. So for all this example which I was saying is how we can take a small capsule, like by remembering the BODMAS, by remembering the nicer drums, like that we can apply in our life and we can get easily. Likewise, we must have seen also like WebGR. When you say WebGR, that is the rainbow colors, you can easily come to know. Okay, now let's come to our Vethathiiriyam. How we can use the Surya Namaskaram, or how we can remember the steps. When you look at this first step, you know that pranamasnam, and then astautasnam, padahastasnam, and then asvasanjalasnam, tudibada asvasanjalasnam, ashtanga namaskaram, adamukta savasnam, asvasanjalasnam. Like that, it will come around 11 steps. But the point is, which place I should remember breathe in, or which place I should breathe out. And there is one place also we have to hold the breath. So how we can remember? Let's go through the usually what we do. You know that when to inhale means the puraham. Inhale means puraham. And exhale means resakam. And when to hold, that is called holding is kumbhakam. So they call it as puraham, resakam, and kumbhakam. Now you look at this posture. See all the exercise, simplified exercise given by Vethathiiriyam Maharishi. There are two things we have to remember. Number one, the posture. Number two, the movement. The posture is the first one is normal. So there is no need of controlling your breath. Either inhale or exhale, a normal breath. The second one, you have to breathe in. The third one, you have to breathe out. And fourth one, you have to breathe in. and fifth one you have to hold it, and sixth one you have to breathe out, and seventh one you have to breathe in, eighth one you have to breathe out, and ninth one you have to breathe in, 10th one you have to breathe out, and 11th one breathe in and normal. I will give you a very simple key rule to follow this. Out of all the 11 posture, which are the time you have to hold, inhale is whenever you see the sun, you have to inhale. Look at that. Here it's normal. Here, when you are looking at the sun, then you breathe in. Now it will apply easily for you. See, look at this. The third portion, you are not seeing the sun, so you have to breathe out. Now you are looking at the sun, so you have to breathe in. And here, neither you are seeing nor seeing like sun. So here you have to hold it. And the next one, you are not seeing the sun, so it has to be breathe out. And here you are seeing the sun and breathe in. Okay. And eighth, you are not seeing the sun, so breathe out. And here you are seeing the sun, breathe in. So breathe out and again breathe in and the normal. So I hope that you maybe understand now. In Surya Namaskar, you have to make the posture first of all, and number two, you have to control your breath also. The controlling breath, now a very simple rule, whenever you look at the sun, just breathe in. That means the other way, you have to breathe out. There are three cases, especially the first and last, normal breathe, and the middle one is kumbhakam. You have to hold the breath. So this is what I can give you a simple technique which you can follow in Surya Namaskar. Now next is the purpose of life. Like from the almost now last more than three months, we are continuously, especially every day, we are talking about our purpose of life, what it is, and how to cope up and what to achieve. All this we are going through, and every prayer we are also saying that by the grace of the divine, we will enjoy good health and long life and prosperity and wisdom and peace. But these all to get what we need basically. So that is most important. Yeah. So let's get into that what it is. See, before you must have seen this Bharata for Guru Shestrapo. You can see this posture also. This picture, it gives us some sort of assumption, or you can connect with that our activity, like the five horses which is represented here, all the sense organs. Okay, and this all tied up with the rope. The rope is basically the mind, and the chariot is your body. The passenger, who is Arjuna, is a soul, and the one who drive the chariot is Krishna. He is a consciousness, is a God. So this is the way how they explain in the Bhakti Yogam. Like you can control the mind, it keeps going on by its own, unless until if you have the proper driver and who knows the way how to drive, and you can leave all the worries and you can be happy, and the body will be okay. I mean, the physical body is okay and the soul will be happy. Otherwise, you will get into trouble. That is why we are in nowadays we are facing some sort of problem, because we don't have the option how to control, or we don't know the technique how to control the mind. Okay, so this is about Bhakti Yogam. Now in the during modern age, we are following the Jnana Yogam. Here I wanted to compare with our computer system with the with this Jnana Yogam. Let's consider, when you look at the computer, it has the three major parts. One is the CPU, the central processing unit, and one is input unit, and the other one is output unit. Inside the C processor, you have storage, you have a processor, you have RAM and ROM. Here, if you look at this diagram, you will easily find out the RAM is having the more and efficient work, and this is the this is a very important role which is playing, because the input device cannot go directly to the processor and do any calculations. It has to go through the RAM. The RAM will give the information to the processor will compute, then again it will come back to RAM, then the RAM will take to output devices. This is the way how it works in the system. But this ROM is basically, the ROM is basically the one which built in. Like whenever you buy computer, you know that the computer is 1 gigabyte and 32 GB RAM, and like that they say. So these informations are stored in this place, that is read-only memory. Whereas random access memory, that is the expansion of RAM, random access memory, which means however way, you may be seeing the disk, no, any the disk, any information if you want, you can retrieve very fast randomly. But maybe around 20 years back, when you have that video cassettes, if you wanted to play some sort of scene, you have to forward and you have to backward, then only you can find out. But now in the disk, you can easily go to certain place and you can take it out. That is random access. Anywhere you can access easily, not the sequential wise. And the other one is secondary storage, where the informations are stored. Even if you switch off the computer, the secondary storage, whatever it is stored, it will be there in the lifelong. And the RAM, it will be there lifelong. Even if you switch off the system, it will be there. But only which is getting cleared like a RAM. As if you are switching off the computer, and similarly, you can say that you are going for sleep. During the sleep, your RAM is completely wiped off. If I give you another example, if you go to the classroom, the teacher used to teach everything through the blackboard. The blackboard has been used for since how many years? Many number of years, the day when the school started, which means all the information they write and they wipe, they write and they wipe. What is important, they kept it in the secondary storage. Otherwise, only it will be in the RAM. Okay, let's compare everything into our human system now. Look, I call it as this input devices. Like that input devices which you are using, what? The information which goes from outside to the computer is called input device. Which means what? You are typing your name through what? Keyboard. You are using your mouse to draw. Likewise, you are currently I am speaking, so that is getting through mic, even the camera, the scanner, the card reader. All this basically same like our sense organs. You can say sight and hearing and touch and taste and smell. So these are our sense organs. Through the sense organs only the informations are coming to, first it comes to the RAM, which is basically mind. So the mind is the one which is operating all the input device. I think you can compare this information. It's very similar. You can very easily understand. And output device, basically what in a computer field we say monitor, printer, speaker. But in our human psychology, like we say the order and the deed. Ennam, sol, செயல். These are the three things which we get the output. Okay. Now, when you come to the processor, it's not only one piece. It has two parts inside. That is the ALU, that is arithmetic logic unit, and control unit. I could say that it is Almighty God. So this is ultimately the complete informations or the higher power, which is the processor. So basically, even the computers are classified or specified by the processor size and the processor name. Okay, and this informations which are coming with the computer. Like when you buy the computer, it comes already with the ROM. What is the information? Like what type of computer, what are the peripherals inside, and how to perform, and what is the processor, where to connect. All the informations are recorded in the ROM. I could say this is looks like our Kanmam, Sanjita Karmam. All the imprints are in there, which cannot be removed unless until you do the proper meditation, then it will be worked out. And this is our secondary storage. I could say hard disk. And now in our in spiritual world, we could say that it is a genetic center, which means from the day one to till today, whatever you are performing, everything will be stored. And this is what the same thing Swamiji says, the mind, the moment you put any thought, which will be automatically stored in the karmayam, I mean the genetic center. So that is why you have to be more aware of the mind, whatever the things which arises. So the secondary storage, the more, like when you buy first time the computer, it is very fast. Everything you are very happy. But after 3 months, you feel that the system is slow, or it is hanging, or it's not working. Something else problem is there. Why? We are not organizing what we want in our genetic center. That is why the genetic center, to clear up, the one of the thing is called the silence is required. When you perform silence in every once in a week or once in a month, the whole thing will get clear from your genetic center, and you can be easily, you can know what you are doing. I mean, you can aware of all the three things, like your thoughts and your order and deed. Hope you get some idea about this one. Let's move on to this. So when you talk about this hard disk, since I say genetic center, it is little bit more important. So I wanted to tell you that in detail. Here there is a plates which are rotating inside. The plates are coated with the magnetic oxide. See, again that same Gandha Tattvam is coming over here, the magnetic, biomagnetism. So with that magnetism only, I mean magnetic only, the informations can be stored here and it can be retrieved. Again, it can be stringed in such a way where nobody can easily go through by normal way. Normal eye, you cannot find it out. Here also, in the computer also, they apply the same thing. Like we talk about the language is what, if I say number 10, 65, it is a base 10 system, numeric system. When I say 16, 16 only. But the 16, when I type through the keyboard, it doesn't go to as 16. It goes only 10000001. This is we call binary number, which means the computer knows only one thing, either 0 or 1. 0 stands for Shivam, 1 stands for Shakti. It's a static force. This is a dynamic force. So with this 0 1 only, we are coming and going through all the activity through the computer. We are listening music and viewing the movie and typing the CV and making the calculation. Everything is happening with the binary numbers. This is why they call it is a low level language for the computer. Not for us, it's very difficult. So you may be thinking that we are typing ABCD means it goes inside as ABCD. Doesn't. The ABCD goes into a binary language only. It is called machine language. Also, I wanted to say something like here, how they classify. Like for example, I type letter A, but inside, as you say, that it is goes 10001, which means what? Every letters, every special characters, every diagram has a value in it. So the 65 is converted into ASCII code, that is American Standard Code for Information Interchange, and it is storing inside. I can say for my assumption, ASCII code is something like cause and effect. The what you give, you will get it. There is no substitute or no elimination. That is basically it works with the ASCII code. So hope you understand about the not the purely hard disk. I wanted to more clear about the genetic center through the hard disk. Okay, fine. Now let's move on to this one. The mind is more important, as I told you, because the mind is that is the major role. You can say it's a better role. It is making everything. That is why the many yogi, saint, many people, even that everyone has mentioned that you have to control the mind. Without controlling the mind, you cannot get into the meditation and you cannot reach to the mukti level. So here, how it is happening is, like, if you see, there are three major nadis. There are three major nadis. One is like Surya Nadi, another one Chandra Nadi. Okay, that we call it as like Pingala Nadi is sun and Ida Nadi is moon. So it is goes from left nostril to the right leg thumb, So that is the way how it goes. It goes up to here. So it starts from the left side and it goes to the right toe. And same way it goes to from left to the right. So this way it goes. So if you start not controlling, if you cleaning all this path, this is the path basically. This is not a nadi. The whole area that it is a only virtual only this one. So if you use this pranayama, nadi sutti, it will cleanse the root. Once these roots are get cleaned, automatically the center nadi, which is called Sulumunai nadi, which is starting up. So this Sulumunai nadi is the one which it will give you very much benefit for the spiritual life. So you can go through this one. Okay, it's clear now. Okay. By doing this one, only you can achieve. And there is some informations regarding pranayama. What is basically pranayama? Pranam means that prana vayu. Yamam means the regularity. So when you make this pranayamam regularity, then you can do the nadi sutti. Nadi sutti is only for those two nadis, Ida and Pingala. As you know that there are around 72,000 nadis are there total in our human body. When you do Pingala Nadi, when you respirate through the Pingala Nadi, 36,000 nadis are get cleaned this side. The same way Ida Nadi, 36,000 is get cleaned in the other side. So this is the way how it works. So Ida and Pingala Nadi, you have to, for cleaning, you have to do the Nadi Suddhi. So the flow has to go very smoothly and come back. And Tandavada Suddhi is the one, it is used for the Shudumunai Nadi. The Shudumunai Nadi, it touches all the wheels. You can say 7 chakras. It goes through from Mooladhara to Agna, connecting all the wheels. So this too you have to perform very properly and very regularly, and then you will get one stage. You can up. Usually they say the breathe in, basically they call it as a Puragam, and breathe out they call it as a Resagam, and holding breath they call it as a Kumbhagam. According to Tirumular, he says the person has to do the pranayamam by 16 unit intake, 64 unit breath holding, and 32 unit you have to release it. In short, I could say, like 1%. I mean, once 1%, 1 unit if you inhale, you have to exhale 2 unit, but holding is 4. So this is the maximum range he has given by the yogi. But you can start with the even 10, even you can start with the 8. So the point is, the breathe in supposed to be 1% means The out in the exhale supposed to be double time you have to do. It doesn't mean the quantity of the air, the releasing the air, the time taken, the duration, that is what you have to lengthen. So when you do this one, the entire body get clean, and you will this all the other meditation, rest everything will you will get for you very easy. And also when you do this one, they say that the breath can hold in the body like 1 to 12 inch it can store, like it can go into that much depth. 12 inches it will go as a the breath. So every single breath, like 1 inch means what is the benefit? Two, if you start, I mean, inhaling or through the Sudhamani Nadi, 2 inch, and what is the benefit? Like that, it is mentioned in the yogi book. And there is like if okay, let's do the calculation. I think last 2 weeks, many of them they have mentioned about this breath control type. Let me put it in a figures. You could see that if I started to breathe 15 breath in 1 minute, in 1 hour I will be 900 breath I will take. In a day, 21,600. Okay. And here there is a simple comparison. I think yes, Sendil Kumar also I think mentioned during his speech regarding this pranayama. Here, if you look at this minutes 15, 16, I increase the minutes now. Okay. The converse side, the age, you look at the age 120, 112, 104, 96, 88, it decreases, which means what? The more and more you increase the number of minutes, which means in a minute, if you go 20 breath and you are confirmed that your life span will be 80 years. So if it is to 23 and 56, and if it is a 15, 120 years, this is the maximum age which they fixed actually. No. So this is what you can see with the pranayama. You can this is the only way to control the mind, because as you know that the mind is more important for everything, and that mind if you wanted to control, the only one option is this pranayama. Pranayama, if you do properly, and you will get clearly. The next tip which I can tell you, because you can't remember now how many units I'm inhaling or how many units I'm exhaling. So I get a trouble sometimes. So what I do is I use one of the mobile app, that is interval timer, which I make it set here 20. So if I make it 20 here, and one I put it here, like for example, suppose I wanted to take 10 breath in and 20 breathe out. So what I supposed to do in that case? Here I have to fix 10 here. Here I have to put here 10, and here I have to put 20. That is the out. So also you make here the number of sets is 20. So when you make 20, the full round will come in. I mean 10 full cycle will come. Also you have a facility to save also. So you can save it here for the during the meditation. I want to do with it 20 intake, I mean inhale, and 20 outhale. And then also for the mirror gazing and lamp gazing, this all you can do with this way. Like 1 minute you can fix it here in the first one, and 2 minutes you can fix it in the second one, so that it will automatically give you alarm, and it is very helpful for me especially. So please try with this one. There is a app which is interval timer. Okay, let's move on. Now, as I mentioned you, now the major role is the mind. So the mind, we will try to understand how how to know the mind and how to reach that. Look here, the thoughts, process, and imprints, they are happening with the 10. So I'm going now the countdown from 10 to 1. Let's see from 10 to 1 what are all coming in this. I mean, especially for the mind purpose. So we know that all this information you can read, go through by yourself. But what I'm trying to say is the thought process and the imprints are happening with the 10. And this thoughts is happening because of also the by the planetary impact. So you know that every this one planetary, from the planetary, like if you see this moon, it is especially related to the blood and mind. And number 8, also there are special functions in jivan. So this body life force, so you can find out. So if you go in order 10, 8, 9, 8, you will come to know all related to the mind only. Number 7, you see the food transforms the body components. These are the 7 components which are happening in our human body when you have a food. Number 6, these are the 6 reasons why we are getting the thoughts. So you need to know, clarify which thought is important, which thought is not important. You have to find it out. That is why you have to do the introspection. It's very clearly mentioned in that. So number 6. Number 5, there are 5 stages of the mind. That is the kosas. But physically, we have 3 bodies. One is physical body, the other one is astral body, the other one is casual body. The astral body is based on the our life force. Okay, this is by the biomagnetism, which can expand like anything. It can go anywhere. So we have 3 different kosas, and 5 kosas and 3 different layers. So we can say 5 stages of mind. And where we are going for this all, we have gone through from 10 to up to now. Where we are going, we are to get the wisdom, how to practice for towards the wisdom. This is why Swamiji has mentioned all the 4 items: meditation, introspection, sublimation, and perfection. And these are the 3 stages which goes to the wisdom. Like you have expansion of mind, understanding the law of nature, and maintaining the awareness in thought and order. And so if I go up to towards this one, what I will get the next you will get the quality of the God, which is the love and the peace or the grace. This is the symptom. So when you go to this level, that means you are already going to get mukti. That is the wisdom. See, this is the last place where you can get merged with the divine. The divine has around 10 names. You know that: Brahman, Shivam, Sutavali, Anadinilai, Devam. So the most important thing, as I told you from the beginning, the mind. The more and more you conscious about mind, you will get achieve this option. That is the last one. The final mukti you will get. But to go through all the stages, what we need, as we know, simplified physical exercise, Kaya Kalpa practice, and meditation and introspection practices. This is what we have to do continuously, every day, without fail, without anybody mention also. So you know him, like he's our president, WCSC president. You can compare this name here, SKMI. If you try to remember, you will not forget this, all the activity what you're supposed to do in a day twice. Okay. Thank you for the opportunity which you has given. Thank you so much.